I might just quickly touch on Terrifier 2 because I saw it. And the reason I saw it was, look, I tried watching the first one and I wasn't really into it. It just seemed like another low budget horror film. And I was just like, God, I don't need to see this. But then there was so much rage on social media about Terrifier 2. And all these articles are saying people are throwing up in cinema, people are fainting. And my partner and I are like, well, we got to check it out. When we sit down, the first thing we realize, the movie's rated MA. It's not even rated R. So straight away, we're like, okay, so all the hype is bullshit, I guess. And you watch the film, and I think they do a good job of like piecing it together with like 80s inspired synthwave music and stuff, but it does feel very low budget, as in it feels like an indie film. I think it actually might be an indie film. I'm not sure. It is an indie film, yeah. So it does feel very indie. So you got to go in with like pretty low expectations. But if you go in thinking, oh, it's kind of like a Grindhouse style B-grade film, I guess it succeeds there because it has a lot of insane blood and gore that looks super, super fake. So if you're okay with that, you'll have a good time. If you're not okay with that,
did you finish the first one, or
I didn't bother finishing the first one, to be honest.
I finished the first one. It's just like a very low budget horror movie.
Yeah. And the second one is a lot like that. I love this clown art. He reminds me of the main guy from Mr. In-Between. Like the way he's like, he just doesn't give a shit sometimes. He's got a really great personality as clown. But like a lot of the B-grade blood and gore, it reminds me of a better time when blood wasn't all CGI, when gore wasn't all CGI. When I look at movies like Prey and Mortal Kombat, and they're like, oh, it's got gore, but it's like, it's so fake because it's all CGI.
Computerized and
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. Like at least with this, yeah, it's fake, and it looks fake, but it feels more real because it's physical. And there's a scene where, and what I like about this killer is like a lot of horror movies, they'll just stab someone and then the scene cuts to the next location. That's it. But with this, it's like they stay there. So like you get stabbed and the person will scream for a while and the killer will laugh at them. Then he'll stab them a second time. And like when they die, like they don't stop until they're dead and they're laying there dead. So I really like the way they direct and direct and block the kill scenes. But that being said, this movie has no story. The script lacks all momentum. Like there's scenes where I'm just like, what's the point of this scene? They're not going anywhere with the story. So I'm just hoping that that Art shows up to kill them. And he's
the main draw for the movie.
Yeah,
really.
It's like those 80s horror slasher flicks like Freddy and Jason. You're not going there for a story. You're going there to see a bunch of teenagers get killed in horrific ways. And in that sense, this movie is fantastic in that sense. But in terms of, I don't know, good characters and a good script and even good acting, none of that's really here.
But the guy that plays Arts, he's pretty decent. The guy
he's good. Art. Well, he's good, but he's not like a realistic character. He's like a cartoon character, you know? No. Like his performance is great, but like as if for the rest of the cast who are trying to be believable real people. Although I will give a shout out to the lead actress, Lauren LaVera, who plays a character called Sienna. To be fair, she's a little charismatic. I do think she's got a good future ahead of her. She has a lot of potential actually, but there's a few characters in this film. It's like, oh, stop talking.
One of my friends showed me this scene where in the second one, because I only seen the first one, where he's in the second one where he's trying on different sunglasses in that.
Yeah, that's funny.
The clown.
It's funny. Like the humor is pretty good, but and I like the kills. Like I think I've said this about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. Terrifier 2, is it a great movie? Not really, but it would make an excellent kill compilation on YouTube. Because the kills in this movie are fantastic, and I love to see practical blood and gore. Bring it back. We need more of that stuff.